Okay, I shot this video twice because I'm talking about the court system, the unified court system. I'm talking about family court. I'm just talking about all this stuff. Like I'm suing, I'm suing the unified court system. That's the entire court system in New York State. I think it's in New York State, yeah. And I had to file it in federal court. That's in 500 Pearl Street, Manhattan, so that everyone within the unified court system knows that I'm suing the entire court system for injustices, failure to do their job, and it's just so, it's like incompetence. Incompetence. I'm gonna try not to curse because it's frustrating to deal with incompetence. It's frustrating to deal with negligence of a case. Like when you see children and when you see situations and you see families, they sit there and they do things on purpose or they'll do things on spite, and it's like they don't help the families, they don't help the situations, and it's like they just make it worse. They make it worse for both parties. I have been dealing with family court for years. My children are 21 and 20 years old now. They're older, they're finished high school. My son is in college in Buffalo University. He's upstate. That's thousands of dollars out of pocket. I have to pay that. And it's like, I don't have help for that. Family court is in place when you're in a situation like I was married, so it was the father did it, like if we're not friends, we're not friends, like we don't communicate, we don't have any kind of relationship at all. The least you can do as a parent is take care of your child because that is your job, that is your obligation. Even if you don't want to be around the child, still pay the support because that is to help the child. That's what the support is for. It is for the child. That's all I have to say about that. But there's so many situations, because it's a situation. It's like men don't want to take care of their children, so they'll get jobs off the books so they don't have to pay child support. It's like this man has done so many things wrong so that he doesn't have to take care of his children. They suspended the license. They suspended the taxes, so you can't even file taxes without them taking the money from your income tax money that you're supposed to receive from working. But he doesn't work on the books. He works off the books, so he doesn't have to pay taxes, so he doesn't have to pay child support. It's stupid. He doesn't have a passport, a US passport, because he owes thousands in child support. So you can't get a passport to travel anywhere out of the country. Your passport is revoked. You have all these violations. Your driver's license is suspended. You have warrants issued for your arrest for child support, failure to pay child support. Now, ultimately, they issued a lien on the bank account for failure to pay child support. Like, how embarrassing is that? That they take your bank account because you don't pay child support, you don't take care of your children. That's what that means. Like they seized your entire account. They took all your money because of failure to take care of your children. And it's just like, oh my God. I filed the court documents to sue the entire unified court system because I had the divorce in place. I was divorced. The divorce took 4 years. 4 years for the divorce to just be finalized, fought me for everything, you know? And even in the divorce, it was supposed to split the holidays. Everything was supposed to be split, was supposed to help me pay for college, was supposed to do all this stuff. And then I tried to enforce the order. The judge never helped me. The judge like refused everything and said that the order didn't have to be enforced, so he didn't enforce the issue for him to take care of his children. A judge in Supreme Court did that, and I was just like, oh my God. Like, wow. And I would go to family court and I would file papers in family court to enforce the orders for something to be done. Nothing would ever be done. Nothing would ever be done. And I'm just like, wow, like the system has failed me. And I'm like, how can the system fail me and I work for the system? I'm in the system. I'm a part of the system. Like, you know my name, you know where I work, you know who I am. But they would sit there and play with me because someone can have a secret animosity towards me, someone in management, and then they'll know people in high places and they'll do all this stuff to sabotage me, my documents. Like, you don't know me, you don't know my life, you don't know my situation, you don't know, but you don't like me. You don't like me, so you want to sit there and make my life a living hell. It's fine, but that's exactly why I sued the entire fucking system, because you have this woman in a place of power and she doesn't deserve that job. She needs to be removed from that job, but you keep her there. I don't know why you keep somebody like that there. It's like that's what they want in the place of employment instead of helping the people. You have people that will sabotage a person on purpose. Ruin lives. Like, it's been so many years later. This was like when my children were like 5. They were like 5, 6 years old. They're 20 and 21 now. You know, the money, I don't need the money. Like, I don't work there anymore. It's like, all this stuff, all these years, like everything that happened is like I had to fight for justice within the government system, and they failed me. They never helped me. They did everything on purpose to sabotage me and not let me move forward and not let me help my children. And it's like I just had to work harder and do more and keep going. That's all I could do was just keep going. And I was like, you know what? It's all right. I got a job. I could take care of my own kids. I could pay my own rent. I could do everything by myself. And that's just what I did. And I stopped worrying about it. I stopped worrying about whatever because I wasn't getting anything anyway. And I was married. I was married, and this person had a good job. What is it? An electrician. And then they quit their job. They stopped working so that they wouldn't have to pay the support. They stopped filing taxes so that they wouldn't take the money out of the taxes. So license suspended. It's like everything is gone. No passport. Now they seized the bank account. I'm like, holy shit! They seized the bank account. It still takes like 33 days for whatever to happen. It takes 33 days. I'm like, okay. But it's like, I'm thinking the only reason that they seized the bank account is because I'm suing them in the Supreme Courthouse. Like, I took it to a higher court because the system has failed me. Family court has failed me. Civil court has failed me. Family court. I've been going to family court for years. I've been going through it for years, and they would never help me. They would throw out the case. They would never help me. They would just make everything harder than what it had to be. I'm in New York City. I'm so sick of this noise. I hear this noise and I'm just like, damn, I have to get out of this city because every time I make a video, you hear the city. And then now I see all these other videos about New York City and it's never anything good. And I'm just like, wow, like I gotta get out of here too. But I'm here for now. What I was saying because I'm suing the entire unified court system, and I specifically said the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. I specifically said them because I had injustices with the management from that department, the Supreme Courthouse, the Bronx County Clerk's Office. I had issues with them and injustices with them, and it was injustices, it was blackballing, it was singled out, it was harassment, it was bullying, it was just straight torture. it was so bad. It was like they took my email, took my phone. Like they just wanted me. Like they didn't want no one to know who I was. They wanted to keep me hidden. And it's like I'm the type of person I'm gonna call out. If there's a problem, I'm gonna say something. If there's an issue, I'm gonna say something. If I don't understand something, I'm gonna ask. You know, that's how I was. So when I came through, everybody got quiet. Everybody got quiet, and they sit up straight, and it got real quiet because I come through, and I'm just a regular employee. But you know, whatever. Whatever. That's my ringtone. I know it's all ratchet, but that's my what is it? Notifications. But I did. He got the job. My cousin got the job. I'm like, oh, okay. Um, but it's like I just did a lot. And I sued the courthouse for all the injustices. And then I'm like, wow, like now things are moving along because now they see who I am, or maybe now they recognize who I am, or maybe now they see all the paperwork, all the stuff that I did do, and they kept it hidden. This woman hid everything because she didn't want anybody to know who I was, because she didn't want anyone to know that I was trying to bring attention to the injustices that she did and she allowed. And it's a lot of people that covered for her, or a lot of people that went with her because they didn't know what she was really doing or what she's really capable of. And it's just like, oh my God, this woman is so evil and so wicked and so cruel. I was like, I gotta get out of here. I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to work here. And I was in another department, and this woman still went out of her way to come to the department that I worked in to try to control the department and tell me what to do. And I wasn't working with her anymore, but she still was looking for me and attacking me and trying to get me, trying to tell me what to do. And I got away from her. I'm in a whole nother office, a whole nother department, and she still went out of her way to harass me. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of this building. Like, I can't work here anymore. And I worked there. I filed my resignation papers. They were like, oh, you have time. You can, like, stay on the books. Like, what is it? Like, make your time zero so that they don't have to pay me. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna just use up my time. And I got paid for my time. And then when my time was done and I wasn't gonna get paid anymore, then I was like, okay, so now I can actually file my papers, and I can resign peacefully. I can get the fuck up out of there, because I was like, it shouldn't be like this. And I'm 40 years old, and I'm like, I'm not happy in my job. The job is uncomfortable. This woman is harassing me. She's doing all this stuff against me, and I'm filing complaints and I'm bringing it to people's attention, and no one is doing anything about it. I resigned October 14th, 2020. October 19th was my anniversary of employment. So I would have been 15 years on the job, October 19th. But I resigned on October 14th. Whatever. But I'm still a licensed notary. I still have to file my notary license in the courthouse. I filed my notary renewal in the courthouse. She sabotaged my documents. I never got my notary license in the mail. I had to go in person. I had to do all this stuff. And the acting county clerk at the time had to enforce the issue for me to get my notary license, because this woman sabotaged my paperwork and she hid it, or she did whatever she did so that I couldn't get my license. And this man, Kevin rocked the mouth. I'm not answering the phone. I don't know who it is. I'm not answering the phone. What was I gonna say? Kevin brought them out. Kevin brought them out. Like, I went to him and I met with him personally, like to introduce myself and for him to know who I was. So he knew that I filed the notary license, and I'm talking to him and I'm telling him that I never got my license, and he could never understand what happened, like why wasn't my license filed. When I called the Department of State, the Department of State, the place that issues licenses, they said that they never received my document. My document was never mailed to them. They never received a notary renewal. I applied for the notary renewal on my birthday because it was November 5th on my birthday, and I applied for an official character card because I was moving to another county, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna file my notary license in another county, and I needed an official character card to file it in that county. And I filed it in November because my notary license was my ex-husband's birthday, and I was like, I don't want the license to be this asshole's birthday. So I filed it on my birthday because I was like, I wanted it on my birthday, you know? They never had the paperwork. They never found the paperwork. But and then Kevin, the acting county clerk, he enforced the issue, and he got me my license. He's the reason why I got my notary license, because he knew I was there and that I filed the paper, and I paid money. Like, it wasn't issued for free because I worked there. Like, I actually paid. I had my receipts. I had the official character card to file it in the other county, but they lost my documents. How did they lose my documents? And I paid the money, and but this man, he knew me and he remembered me, and he got my license issued, and then I ended up getting issued for September 18th. And I was like, you know what, it's fine. And I was like, just thank you for getting me my license. Thank you for getting me my license, because I need my license because I am a licensed notary. That was in 2020. We're in 2024 now. So every 4 years, the license renews. Let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens this year when I file the renewal. Let's see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. This woman always sabotaged my documents. I applied for the position, for the job, and she sabotaged the documents there too. Like, nobody knew that I applied. But I applied online. I applied online and I submitted my documents online along with my resume. But, common courtesy or etiquette, or what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to send a hard copy to the office as well. So I sent the hard copy, and I sent the official paperwork for applying for the position. I signed it and I included my resume, but it's addressed to her because she's the one that's there, whatever. So it was addressed to her. I addressed it to her. So I know that she got my documents. But knowing her and the relationship that I have with her, she sabotaged those documents. She made sure that nobody got it. She made sure that nobody knew that I applied for that job, But it's also applied electronically. So I had to email again and enforce the issue and talk about it and email everyone else, because this woman is playing. She want to play games with my life. And it's just like, oh my God, this is exactly why I sued the courthouse. This woman is the main reason why I sued the courthouse, because it's like, I don't work there. And you sitting there and you're playing with my life, my documents, what the entire bug. And it's just like, oh my God, because I sued them, because I sued the courthouse. And we'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens, because I don't know if I'll get the job, because I want things fixed. I want people to do their job. And then the way things are now, nobody wants to do their job. It's like, it's okay for you to be a fuck up and for you not to do things and not to do your job properly. Like, it's okay. And you're given a fucking cookie and a cake because you didn't do what you're supposed to do. And it's like, oh my God, like, these people need to get fired. They don't need to have these jobs because they don't deserve the job. They don't do their job, and it is not fair. They're hurting so many people. And it's like, and I had to go through so much, so much. It was such an ordeal just to fix things. And then I didn't get it the way that I wanted it. And it's just like this woman just made everything harder than what it had to be, because things are not hard, but this woman made sure, she made sure to make everything hard. And I'm just like, this is exactly why I sued the unified court system, exactly why I sued the Bronx Supreme Courthouse, because of this awful woman. And it's like, whatever happens, it just happens. All I could say is God. Like, God is real. God is real. And then it took so many years for justice to be served. It took so many years for anything to get done in family court. But then I think the only reason things are getting done in family court is because I'm suing them in Supreme Court. So now they're pulling all my records. Now they're looking up who the fuck is Paulina B. Garcia. Now they're looking it up, and now they're seeing like, oh my God, like she got all these open case. Like, yeah. Now they're looking into it because this woman had everything like closed. She didn't want nobody to know anything about me. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, it's all right. Stay positive, pray. You know, God is real. God is real. And it's like, I never did anything to anyone. I would just pray, and I would pray for justice. I would pray for things to be rectified. I would pray for everything to just come to light. I want everyone to know, like, what the hell is going on. Like, the system is so corrupt and so damaged, and it's just like, oh my God. And no one does anything. No one does their job. No one cares. So it's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I didn't know what else to do. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sue them. I am gonna sue the fucking courthouse. I'm gonna sue the entire unified court system for playing with me, because they want to play with me. And it's like, and I do everything. I write everything down. I have dates. I have times. I have documents. I have that. What I filed is just a little bit. Like, there's so much more. And then if they do their own investigations, they're gonna find even more shit. And it's just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Do your fucking job. That's all they gotta do. Just do your job. Do your job. That is it. Do your fucking job. I'm sorry I cursed in the end, but it's just like, oh my God. All these years and all this shit. It is like, oh my God. But God is real. And I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to stay positive. I don't know what's going to happen. All I can say is God. Like, all I can say is thank you to God, because nobody helped me with anything. Like, I had to sit there and do everything by myself, and nobody helped me. The only person that's there for me is God. God is an entity, and God is with me. God loves me. God covers me. God protects me, and God got me. God got me. Nobody else got me but God. You know, stay faithful to God. Trust God. Trust the process, and everything is gonna be all right. And all I can say is thank you, God. Like, thank God. You know, I just thank God. I'm just like, things are moving, but I still don't know what's gonna happen. Stay positive, vibe high, lead with love. I was just talking in this video because it's like, I do return to senders, and I talk about spiritual things. I talk about ancestor money. I talk about protection. I talk about, you know, spiritual things. You have to stay protected. And it's just like, magic is everywhere, and you'll be surprised by who is the one doing it to you. You'll be surprised, but then you won't be surprised. You'll just be like, damn. Like, like, just damn. Just move forward, protect yourself, take care of yourself, your life, focus on yourself, stay focused on yourself, and believe in God. Pray to God. Be thankful for everything that you have. You may not have everything right now, but just be thankful for everything that you do have. Be like, you know what? Thank you. Thank you. Like, I thank God for everything that I got, because these people, they did everything to make my life fucking hard. And I'm like, and I'm okay. I'm still okay. I'm alive. I'm not dead. They didn't kill me. All the shit they did to me, and it's like I'm alright, and my kids are alright. My son is in college. My daughter's a DJ and Jelly. That's her name. That's her tag. And it's like life is not bad. Like, I'm okay, and all I can say is thank God. I'm talking about my shit. I'm just talking about my shit today, because I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe they seized the fucking bank account. They seized the bank account. I'm like, it's because I'm suing the courthouse. That's why they did that, because I'm suing the courthouse. You know, whatever. Stay positive, vibe high, leave with love. Bye.